All right. Well, uh, Williams, Philippines, October 1st, 8:30 p.m. on Wednesday. Yeah, the day after the earthquake. Uh, I guess September went out with a shake, and apparently at one mall they even had a little bit of bake. Yeah, electrical fire of some sort there. Not good. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, I got a little bit of. I turned on my camera uh, there for a little while and caught a bit of a shake afterwards. One of the aftershock, really the only one we really had here in Cebu. Uh, but it just made the little door over there vibrate a little bit. Uh, I can honestly say that my clock's going to remember it. It ran for one complete loop after that. It stopped this morning, 12 hours after, and is stuck on basically what I had it a couple of minutes ahead of schedule. Who doesn't leave their clock a hair ahead? Uh, so mine shows like 10:02. That's why I thought it was 10 when it happened. They got it in there officially at 9:59, so right before 10. And yeah, that was an interesting thing to have happen. It's probably a good thing that last night that what do you call it? The 7-Eleven wasn't open because, quite honestly, I'd have probably wanted to have a bottle after that. Yeah, would have been nice to have a drink. Uh, I've been, I've had a couple of earthquakes before. Back when I was a kid, we had a shake in Arkansas, and it was kind of just a boom. That's all I felt. It was just one major shake, and that one hit down near Memphis on the what do they call that thing? Mendian or something like that. It's in the middle. It runs along the Mississippi River. Anyway, it was a shake, and that was back in 70 something, mid 70s, something like that. Anyway, wait, that was a long time. And then when I was in the Navy, I was out in California, and they had a small one that was like a four, if I remember right, just barely a four. So nothing. Our aftershock was more than that uh, last night. So yeah, needless to say, very interesting time. I'm sitting here doing my budget, and all of a sudden, that kind of stuff, catch me off guard and not. And apparently, you're supposed to just run out of the building instead of sitting in the doorway. I I went to the doorway, stood there at the to the balcony, and yeah, I was ready to go over the balcony because it's not really that high up. There's a little ledge out there, and then there's a little roof down below it, and that runs off into some cars down there. I'm pretty sure I could have got down that fairly fast if necessary. I would rather have a messed up knee than have this thing fall on top of me. There is some damage to the buildings, some cracks and such. Uh, Came across here on the ceiling. Looks kind of like a seam of the. I don't know what they use for the ceiling here. I don't know. But yeah, that, and it came down. So some of the plaster came down. There's a couple little areas that are kind of questionable, but they haven't said get out the building. So apparently they're confident with it. Of course, I don't know who's confident with it, so I don't know. Uh, yeah, those newer modern buildings are built to higher standards. It's like them skyscrapers. I think are built pass an 8. These lower, smaller, older buildings are probably built to handle 6s or 7s. This one handled a 6 here in Cebu. It was actually the actual epicenter was up near the far north end of Cebu Island, little town called Bagao, something like that. Uh, yeah, there's some videos of churches, a church falling down, various other things breaking apart. Like I said, one of an SM mall having a small fire because of electrical sparks doing something. Uh, yeah, all I know is it was very interesting. Anyway, like I said, I was doing budget, didn't finish it. As a matter of fact, didn't finish it until just before turning this camera on. But I do have my whopping all total everything costs of all of it. I mean, the couple of things that are one offs, my blood pressure machine giving up on me and spending $45 on it. My coffee grinder, which hopefully I'll never have to buy another one. The only reason I bought another one is because I left my coffee grinder in America because it runs off 110, not 220. So yeah, that kind of thing. And those would be, oh yeah, setting up the household things. Won't have to do that again. Hopefully. I wasn't planning on the blood pressure machine, but that was $45 on it, and I think it was 78 on the uh, grinder. That was an expensive grinder. It's a nice one. Matter of fact, I ground up some coffee for this morning. Actually, I ground up some coffee last night for it and did some more this morning. It does a real good job. Yeah, I do need to get the plastic of some sort or glass of sort that is airtight so that my coffee doesn't go stale as fast. That's one of the reasons you grind your own coffee. It's because you want it to be as fresh as possible. So, yeah. Anyway, drum roll, please, for everything. Doctor's bill, the scan they're going to do this Saturday on the ultrasound, uh, $1,586, under $1,600, and 510 of that was doctor's bills. Yeah. So yeah, 510 off of this puts me at 1076, and that's with the blood pressure machine. That's with the coffee grinder. Take those out of it, and yeah. Oh, I'm doing this based off of the math for 56.5. I haven't bought pesos at less than that. I was lucky. Sometimes it was below that, but I already had pesos. Didn't need to buy them until it came back up. And it's hit 58. Yeah. So 58 pesos, and I got some at that. I try to buy more of them at this time. I hope it stays up until my money in the bank hits, and then I'll put it all into pesos. If it's at 58, I won't even think twice about it. I'll be okay if it goes up to 59 because I'll add some more. I'll arrange some money to get it to that price. But yeah, right now it's 58 and a quarter last I saw. So, and I bought some at 58.1. Not as much as I would like, but ran out of money. Well, didn't run out, but haven't reorganized my dollars to get there. But anyway, yeah, in pesos for my monthly everything, and I was over on this, but 5,300 and or 53,810 pesos, and that averages out to with everything in there. Uh, yeah, 13,900 or 17,936 pesos daily. So for the month. So yeah, but my medical, like I said again, was $510. 28,788 is actually a hair below 510. It was 5953, $509.53. So, and I did round up to the next dollar up on the three things. So yeah. So yes, I had $953 that I spent for my monthly. About $100 more than what I really was aiming at. Was it great? No, I can get lower. I'm going to get lower. I'm going to try to stop making, buying things that I don't need, uh, and buying more of my groceries at the market, Marketo, instead of SM and such. The more I can buy it there on a daily basis as I'm going for my walks, the more I do that, the more I get uh, the better price for my grocery shopping. And yeah, feeding me isn't cheap. I like to eat. Imagine that. I can put a dent into a dollar real quick for eating. I know why my dad hated when he went to the grocery store. Because, oh, that's right, I eat like a horse. Uh, I once remember dad coming in and he caught me out on the grill. And I had, what was it, six hamburgers on the grill, patties. And he came by and says, "Oh, you made dinner." I said, "Yeah, for me. What do you want me to throw you a couple on there?" And he looked at me like I was crazy. I had a real good appetite growing up. Uh, yeah, uh, I ate very well. Dad always made sure there was food in the house. Sometimes I think he was pretty sure I was eating him out of house and home, and probably was trying to. I remember as a kid sitting down and eating two whole chickens. Yeah, two whole chickens. A pint of coleslaw, a pint of baked beans, and a platter full of French fries, and two 32-ounce drinks. And that was just my lunch for a Friday after having worked in the morning in the field. Yeah, I've got an appetite. It's a scary appetite. even with it having slowed down, I still have a good appetite. Uh, yeah. Anyway, talked in Meritus, Chismet, Chica, whatever you want to call it, depending on where you're at in the world. Chitter chatter and gossip, talking. I don't usually do much gossiping. I'll say behind your back what I would say right to your face. And one of the girls over there realized, I was talking about her while she's in the room right there, and was upset with me about that. You know, well, you're not talking. I'm right here. Yeah, that's the thing. I will say, what I say, whether you're there or not. I don't change it just because you're there or because you're not there. Uh, it's one of the nice things about me. In one way, it's also one of the bad things about me in the other. Because some people just don't like you saying things like that, even if they are in the room. Some people can't handle a reality. I'm honest. I don't care if people like that or not. I'm not. What am I supposed to become dishonest because somebody's in the room? Mm, ain't me. Don't care whether people like me or not. So yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, my friends down the way here, the family there, uh, at the little Calendaria, whatever you want to call it, the little restaurant, that hole in the wall restaurant that I love. Yeah, I am not bashful. I spend eh, some days most or all of my food budget there. Some days not. But yeah, I'm not afraid to spend my money down there. It's good food. Uh, I've sat there and seen them do their three-ring circus for preparing. These folks are right down next to that university. And when all those university kids hit all at once, it gets hectic in there. And I mean hectic. This morning they were ripping out, I think it was 450 meals to go for a bunch of folks that were uh, up in the buildings, the stay there's. And being that the school is not going to school, they had a bunch of people that weren't able to get out and about and do. So it's a lot of people eating. So yeah, it is what it is. So she's doing real good business because of that school. Uh, yeah, her husband was bringing chicken in like left and right. I think he said something. Another order was 205 chicken chicken meals they've had go out the door. They're busy. Mine was in there somewhere, but that wasn't counted in it. But yeah, I got pork chops today. Pork chops are expensive down there. I could do them cheaper here myself at the house, but oh, not having to make that big of a mess, priceless. Okay, just saying. Uh, but even so, it was I think just barely $4, or no, yeah, just barely $4. Had to stop and do the math. Getting pretty good at doing that, and I'm just using 55 in my head. Uh, so yeah, just $4 for my dinner, pork chops. Uh, and that's because pork chops ain't cheap. I could have got chicken for 2.5, but they wouldn't have been pork chops. Damn, I love them pork chops. Anyway, I survived my biggest earthquake here. I don't like them, but I'm not going to let that run me off. I'm not going to let it cause me to not have a good day. Although I can tell you honestly, if 7-Eleven had been open last night and they'd have had a bottle for sale, I probably would have drank a bottle of rum. But as it was, every time I thought I felt something or the air conditioner kicked as it went on or off, I woke up because of it. What can I say? It is what it is. Anyway, my uh, yesterday's video didn't get out until this morning because yeah, well, late last night, early this morning. Uh, yeah, I didn't hit the buttons right. Okay, I was having a blonde moment. Forgive me. But yeah, I got it up and it was out right at midnight, I think, something like that. Uh, yeah, I do not recommend earthquakes. They will make you a little scattered and on edge, uh, but that's okay. I'm not afraid to be honest about that. It is what it is. And yes, I did spend most of last night waking up, which isn't good. It was horrible for sleep. And when I did get up and go out and get something to eat and come back, I took another nap. Yeah, it is what it is. Uh, but again, a very good day. Uh, I guess my plans, I was thinking going north yesterday. Uh, Actually, the day before, I was thinking try to go to the north. I'm not going north. That's where that was at. I'm not going to go up there and be a earthquake tourist. They've got enough problems. I don't need a tourist going up there and messing with things. Uh, so if I'm going anywhere, it's probably going to be to the south. Uh, there are probably a few spots that you know, had it rougher than here, but then the bridge that's right out here, it literally it was shut down. There's a picture of a car on it that just came from here heading up over going that direction, and it stopped on there, and you can see the people on the motorcycles trying to bounce around on that. I'm glad I wasn't on that thing. That would be enough to probably make me not want to go over a bridge again. Yeah, I saw it and I was like, oh, I'm glad I'm not there. But yeah, I've seen a fire in the mall because that video of the fire there. Uh, there's been a couple of small, but yeah, and then the earthquake shook and broke a few things. Not a lot major here, but further up north, closer to the epicenter. Like I say, that's about 80 miles, something like that, north of here. Uh, yeah, there's natural disasters that happen here regular. They get earthquakes, they get hurricanes, uh, they have volcanoes on the island, on the next island over. Okay, hang on. That would be going to, yeah, okay. The next island over that way, I had to stop and do my north, south, east, west. Uh, yeah. The next one going back that direction would have, yeah, the next island, Negros Oriental, that has a volcano on it. Canalon, something like that. Yeah, it's gone off in the last year. So I haven't been here for one yet. Prefer not to be, especially not something major. A little piss, fart, and rumble and a couple puffs of smoke would be okay, but I don't want to see one of those go off Pinatubo style, like the big one up there near Manila area that did all that damage. What, 90s? Something like that. It was back there a while. Uh, yeah. That one buried a bunch of things, made life kind of miserable. So don't need that. Let's avoid that one. Besides, if I'm that close to it, I would worry that they decided it was, sacrifice the Kano, throw him in the volcano. Yeah, make the volcano gods happy. Nope, don't like that idea. Anyway, I've been sitting here and rambling for 26 minutes, heading toward 27. Oh, Lordy. Anyway, I might have been a little on edge. I'm burning nervous energy today. It is what it is. Anyway, this is William Williams, Philippines. You do you. Left ear, right ear, heart, head, and God. Your department, do you. Figure you out. So if you want to, like, comment, subscribe, jump up and down, beat your head on a wall, run out a window. Your choice. You do you. I hope you enjoy coming by here for my insanities of me being me. If not, well, why'd you come by? It's your choice. Like, comment, subscribe, do a flying Fruit Loop. Your choice. I'm Fish. Oh, lots of food, lots of friends, lots of family, and I went and checked on my friends' family uh, here. And again, lots of food. Yeah, food, friends, family. Deal with it. Lots of food. I'm Fish, and Fish is out. Later, blessings. Bye bye.